What is going on, everybody? My name is Kneeckoh. Welcome back to another Regulation H video. Today we are going to talk about the top 5 steel types in Regulation H. I've got Evan with me again.
I'm here yet again.
And we've got Dom back for yet another.
Yeah. Thanks for having me again.
Of course, of course. Steel types. I feel like this one, we have 2 Pokemon that really stand out, and then it's going to get tough. That's kind of where my head's at.
So let's get the... I don't know which one we want to say first, but like I'm going to say like the one that was like the immediate thought of a steel type at the start of the regulation, which was Go.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was like one of the main Pokemon that everyone was like, this thing's back, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
it fits on everything.
It does. It fits on so many teams, especially because like a lot of the good Pokemon right now, like looking at Incineroar, looking at Archaludon, looking at Hydreigon, like all of those Pokemon, they don't like fighting types, and you could just flip a Goldango into that slot and immediately abuse whatever tried to shoot like a close combat or a drain punch into that slot. And it really it's such a nice pivot tool, especially with Good as Gold. The ability makes this Pokemon.
The ability is like 4 different abilities in one, and I don't know what Game Freak was on when they decided to make this thing.
They crafted the perfect Pokemon. Can we agree? I mean, look at the spread. The stat total is perfect. Lower attack, higher special attack, and decent defenses with a middling speed tier. It is the perfect Pokemon.
Yeah. Like, what do you want? Immediate damage? Go Tailwind Story Specs. You want setup with redirection? Go Leftovers Nasty Plot, and it's so many options.
Yeah,
I've seen some toy scarf with that trick set going around.
Okay.
Yeah, I think what's nice is obviously Fluttermane's gone, so that gives Goldango an immediate advantage over being a ghost type. And then on top of that, there's not a ton that you have to worry, because there's not a lot of dark types in the format either. With the Ruinous Legends being gone, like you're left with like King Gambit, Grimmsnarl, Hydreigon, and Incineroar. Yeah, so there's not a lot of dark types that you have to worry, because like only one of those Pokemon runs Sucker Punch. So you have such an advantage in the format right now as one of your biggest weaknesses. Like Chien-Pao was a huge issue for Goldango, and that's probably one of the causes that made it fall off, is like you just had to worry about the Sucker Punch flying at you or something crazy. You don't have to worry about that anymore. And like we were saying, there's so many different items you can run, especially now that like Murkrow's back with Haze. You can just sit there, set Tailwind, make it rain, and then haze away the debuff every single turn, and it is really, really strong.
Yeah, it's that very splashable Pokemon, this regulation, that just like you can throw it on any team and it just works.
Yeah, not to mention, I mean, its signature move is so good.
I mean, it's basically Glacial Lance and Astral Barrage as a steel move.
Yeah, and I mean, the debuff is there, but like if you're running choice specs, you can get away with dropping 2 of those without hazing and not having a problem. Yeah. That's super good. Now that Haze is back with Murkrow, you can just abuse this even more. But even still, like with the Nasty Plot set, like throw this with a Leftovers, give it Nasty Plot, and make it rain. And you throw this next to like Clefable, and you just sit there and set up. Like nobody's KOing this thing. You just go ahead and set up and follow me with Clefable, and you set up, and then you can just abuse Make It Rain still. Like it's such a good Pokemon.
Yeah,
well, that was my initial team, right? I paired Goldango with Clefable and double Fake Out just to set up, follow me, and just sweep teams with Goldango. And it's so good.
It's such a good combo. But I think obviously the second Pokemon is Archaludon.
Yeah.
Sadly it is, yeah.
Archaludon, the Pokemon to beat in this format.
I can't see it anymore. It's all over best of 3 litter every game.
This is what you're seeing. This is the set. You're not running anything. If you're running anything else, you're trolling.
I saw a few that ran Dragon Pulse, but we faked it over in a team building Discord, and it's Dragon Pulse has a huge disadvantage in damage. You need like on Blood Moon or Saluna, you have a guaranteed Oko on +1, and I think with +2 Dragon Pulse, you have a 50% roll.
Yeah, I don't like those odds.
Yeah, so
I'll take the 10% chance I miss with the Draco and just get the guaranteed KO. But yeah, this thing is just stupid. It's stupid good right now.
Well, something else I have seen a few people running is actually they dropped the flash cannon for Snarl.
Okay.
Just because, like, you know, like that steel damage is there, but there's not a lot of things that are popular in the format that are actually weak to steel. Golden Go is good because the make it range is just so strong that it's taking KOs on neutral hits.
Yep.
I've seen some teams go for the Snarl on our Chaladon just for that damage mitigation.
It also, I mean, there's definitely, it helps in the Goldango matchup. It helps into the Psy Spam matchup. I could definitely, there's definitely a case to be made for Snarl on this Pokemon. It helps into a lot of the strong special attackers in the format.
I think that's like the only like replacement move that it should ever run though is Snarl over something else if you have a bad matchup and just, like you said, Psy Spam, Golden Go or something. That Snarl is really important there.
But yeah, with the stamina ability, it's just so freaking good. I mean, it just recently won a tournament. You just run this next to Mousehold with Beat Up, and then you'll throw an Annihilate on there, and then here's a Fantastic Core. You never know what's going to come out first. You don't know if it's going to be the Annihilate, or if it's going to be the Archaludon, or if it's going to be like Pelipper Archaludon. Like, this is such a strong team right here, these 4 Pokemon, that like you can just, having those 4 on the team builder and on the open team sheet, nobody knows what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So, moving on from the 2 OP Pokemon, what is good in this format for Steel types?
I think the next one should probably be Kingambit.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not seeing a ton of it on ladder.
I was gonna say, are you guys seeing this thing? Because I have not.
On best of 3 ladder, it's everywhere.
Really?
But like,
at least today.
Very good.
Are we seeing it? Has it gone back to not even being a Steel type and being a Dark type, and it's just running like Black Glasses, Swords Dance, Kowtow, and Sucker?
That's the main set I've seen, but I've also seen the Assault Vest set coming back if it's not on an Archaludon team.
Okay.
With like, what did it have? I think Low Kick and Terra Fairy Terra Blast, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also solid.
Yeah, I definitely think there's a place for it, especially with like all the Intimidators that are available, whether it be, I mean, Incineroar, Salamence, Gyarados, Hitmontop is something that pops up every now and again. Hisuian Arcanine. There's so many things that you're just benefiting from the Defiant, and they're like, as far as like speed control stuff, you are still seeing, you know, Electro Webs, you're seeing Icy Winds. Defiant is just really nice for that. So yeah, this Pokemon I definitely feel deserves to be on the list. It's not something I'm seeing a ton of, but I still think it's very, very good.
Run like I know it was a somewhat popular set back when Regulation A and B were around. Like you ran like your safety goggles.
Yeah.
And then, like you basically just replaced that Black Glasses with safety goggles just so you don't lose to your Amoonguss and Trick Room matchup stuff. And then like also just because like all those balance teams that like use Golden Go, you're seeing a Amoonguss, and that not being able to be redirected so you can hit that Sucker Punch can be very, very good.
Do we think we see the return of Terraflying Terrablast?
I'm hoping. I've been calling it the whole month. That it's gonna be good, but I've not seen it yet. But to be honest, I've not seen too many Amoonguss yet. Well, so maybe it wasn't necessary so far.
I feel like it's a pretty good pick because, like we said in the last video, there's just not a lot of electric types, and you can kind of abuse the Terrablast. I feel like it definitely gives you options. Even just into like Rillaboom. Rillaboom, Amoonguss, Hisuian Lilligant's popping up. I feel like it's definitely a good option for a lot of the threats in the format.
Yeah, it can definitely be.
Now, for the next one, I think I'm going to call this one... I have one in mind, and I think it's Corviknight. I think Corviknight is really, really good. Simply because of the fact that it kind of walls Blood Moon Ursaluna.
It does, but it doesn't, because I've seen calcs, and like Terra Normal, Helping Hand, Life Orb, Blood Moon still does like insane damage to this thing.
Yeah.
How much damage are we talking? What's the roll?
Like,
let me check.
I saw one calc that I think it was like an 80 to 90% damage roll on it.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in that range. So I was like, you're still eating a hit.
Yeah.
And you're, if they want to remove you, you're forcing that, Terra Normal, Blood Moon into the Corviknight slot, which leaves your partner free to do whatever, but
yeah.
And if they ignore the Corviknight, then that's just going to be their problem later on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Blood Moon is just overpowered. It's just really
Agreed.
It's just really, really good. But I do like the Corviknight pick. It could fit on a handful of different teams. It's actually pretty fun on sand. It's a good bulky tailwind setter. A little slower tailwind activation. Having the body press, just having some sort of fighting coverage on a team is really, really beneficial in this format because there's not a ton of good fighting types. And then just having that flying coverage as well for like Rillaboom, Zamungus, that kind of thing. I really like the Corviknight, and it's just so bulky that you can sit there and roost and just kind of be a nuisance with it. I've played a couple different teams that I've built with Corviknight this format, and it feels pretty good. I haven't had a lot of issues with it.
It can definitely be. And by the way, I just made a calc with a standard Corviknight on here. It's like 220 HP and just 4 special defense points.
Yeah.
But that gets hit like 99% to 116% from a Terra Normal Helping Hand Blood Moon.
I cannot. Blood Moon is stupid, dude. It's so dumb. Oh gosh, that's crazy. That is crazy.
But I mean, it's all the multipliers connected, right?
Every single multiplier.
It needs
if you take Helping Hand out, it's like around 65 to 80. So.
Okay. Yeah, it's a really solid pick, especially again, we're talking about all the intimidators in the format. Mirror Armor is just really nice. Also being able to reverse like any slowing things like Electro Web or Icy Wind. It's really, really nice ability for this particular Pokemon. But I think the last one in any honorable mentions is going to be really tough.
So, I want to mention Excadrill because Sand does seem to be kind of back and popular right now.
Yeah.
So, and your Excadrill is your main Sand Rush user.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You're doing Clear Amulet, you're doing Earthquake, you're doing throwing Iron Head on there with like Rock Slide, and this is it. This is the set. And then you're just outspeeding everything and doing a ton of damage with next to Terra Flying T-Tar. Yeah,
otherwise
I have seen this actually a fair bit. It is popping up. And it is stupid fast. Like, I don't remember what Pokemon I had out on the field, but I played against this particular team the other day, and I had Tailwind up, and it still outsped me. So I knew going into the next turn, I was like, I'm still going to Terra this Pokemon because of the fact that I know it's going to outspeed me still. And it's kind of nuts. Because, I mean, at max speed, what's it get to? 150. Nothing is outspeeding that, is it? Is there? I mean, unless it's like Sneasler.
Yeah, I mean, like stuff that's still gonna be faster than that, but like a lot of your outspeeding Golden Go, which is an important one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. I think there's others that we can definitely mention though to round out the list here.
I want to shout out. Yeah, Hisui and Gudra was who I was thinking.
I like that one. I think it's underexplored, honestly.
I haven't seen a whole lot of it so far, but like, with that standard, Incineroar, Rillaboom, double fake outs, leftovers, Iron Defense stuff.
But to be honest, like Clefable or Clefairy also look super nice next to it, just because like the main type it's going to be hit by is fighting again, and unaware Clefable, like ignoring bulk up, annihilate and stuff, and let it set up is super nice.
Yeah, I do like this one a fair bit. I think it's honestly like we still have Comfey. I feel like Comfey and Goodra could be a really good combo.
Oh, 100%. Like the floral healing, and once you're at +6 and they don't have physical attackers left, is just rubbing salt in the wound at that point. You get what is it, shell armor, so you can't get crit, which I don't. That's kind of like your safety precaution ability.
Yeah,
I don't quite as important now that Urshifu is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've seen some running Sap Sipper when I see it, like they do like the Terra Water or Sap Sipper.
Mm-hmm.
Just because then you get your Amoonguss immunity, which is always good.
Yeah, I think in this format, Sap Sipper's probably your best bet. Like you said, you do get the Amoonguss immunity, and you can just keep spamming Shelter and Body Press to the end of time. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I do like this call out. This is a good one. I feel like next to Komo-o, which is the other popular, Iron Defense, Body Press kind of Pokemon, that's the one that's seen more play, which I find so odd, simply because of the fact that it's pretty much forced to Terra.
Which is sad, because there's not even nearly as many fairies in the format. Like, we don't have that 40% Flutter Mane usage anymore.
Yeah.
But like, you're still forced to Terra so much, because like even just like a Moonblast from Whimsicott just takes it off the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just kind of, it's weird to see that Pokemon have such high usage when this is still an option. So yeah, I definitely find that to be very, very odd. But I do like the Hisuian Goodra call out. It's a good one for sure. But there's our list, guys. I don't really think there's anything else. We can take a quick peek, but
I have
anything.
One more.
Oh, we got one.
Tinkaton.
Okay. I'm glad.
I have not
I've
not seen it yet, but if Farigiraf starts popping up again, Mold Breaker Fake Out can be nice.
Yeah.
It's got decent bulk, it's got decent speed, it's got Fake Out, it got Gigaton Hammer to like get a nuke button every 2 turns.
It can also be very punishing into Golden Go, because your Mold Breaker ignores that good as gold. So especially into the Nasty Plot set, you can just encore them into Nasty Plot.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I happened a couple times.
It's also fun as a partner to Golden Go, because if you get in a match where your Golden Go is going to outspeed, you can Helping Hand Golden Go with Make It Rain.
Yeah.
And that's really, really nice. I played a team like that back in Reg B that benefited from that, and it was a very, very fun team. So I do like the Tinkaton call out as well. I like this Pokemon a lot. I don't think it's particularly good at anything it does, but it is just a fun kind of pocket pick.
It should have had like just given another like 50 base stat buff and put it all into attack.
Yeah. Make Gigaton Hammer really hurt.
Yeah, and like Game Freak knew what they were doing. They made an absurdly broken move and then just made so the Pokemon couldn't hit hard.
The thing about it though, they did that and then they did it again. But they didn't nerf Ursaluna.
but that's one of the DLC Pokemon, so they have to be good.
But there's our list. I think it's pretty decent. Not a ton of options. I guess another one that we could just briefly talk about. I don't think it'll pop up a lot, but Scizor is still a half decent Pokemon. Literally clear Amulet with like Terrafire, and then go for Bullet Punch, Close Combat, Swords Dance, and Protect, and it's pretty good. Like, if you can get the Swords Dance up and then just start bullet punching stuff, it does hurt a lot. So I think it's worth shouting out Scizor. I don't think it's fantastic by any means, but I definitely could see it popping up here and there.
Yeah, I definitely think it sees some use. It just, there's so many good fire types in the format that I just think, like, you're going to be forced to leave it behind or forced to Terra so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the place for it is on Pelipper teams. Find a place for it on your Pelipper team.
And also the types you hit with Bullet Punch don't really match. Like the combination of Fire, Water, Grass plus Dragon, Steel, and Fairy.
Yeah.
So just don't hit those mons that much, especially if you like take in consideration that the main Fairy type running around is Primarina, and even that one just gets neutral hit by Bullet Punch. So
yeah, it's just kind of in a rough spot. I thought it was a lot of fun in Reg B as like the Flutter main nuke, but without that Pokemon popping up, it's just not. I don't think it's as good as it was in Reg B or even in Reg C with Chien-Pao next to it. There is a case to be made for it if you throw a Berserker on your team. But outside of that, I don't think it's crazy good. But there's the list for you guys. Thanks guys for coming on. Anything you want to shout out?
Nope, just join Kneeckoh's Discord. Come chat.
As always.
All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and sub. Be sure to check out the Discord if you want to share Reg G or Reg H teams now. Oh my gosh, I'm still doing that. Reg H teams to be featured in future videos. But until next time, peace.